I finally figured out something that's been on my mind about Representative Louie Gohmert that I can't wait to share with you. I'm going to bite my tongue here at the beginning. But first, listen to him ramble about gay marriage.
One question I did want to take, we got about 5 minutes left. One question I did want to take from an online questioner. Yesterday, a federal judge in Oklahoma ruled on marriage, and again, this is one of we've seen in a pattern over the last month or so. Do any of you have any comments about this debate as it plays out in the courts?
Yeah, I do. Certainly, the Supreme Court said this was a matter for the states to decide, and I know the Iowa court a few years ago Supreme Court had said that they didn't, in part, basically, they didn't see any biological evidence to support marriage being between a man and a woman, and they need some basic plumbing lessons. But the three that came up that year were turned out. This is a state issue, and it's up to the states to define according to the Supreme Court. So for one omnipotent, omniscious, ubiquitous federal judge who is wise beyond his education to make such a declaration about the law, I think requires revisiting by each state and compliance with the U.S. Supreme Court. This cannot continue like one of the Ninth Circuit judges reportedly said that, well, we know we're not doing in accordance with Supreme Court precedent, but they can't reverse all of ours, so we'll keep cranking them out. We got to get back to real law and order, and that includes by judges not becoming God in their place. You know, the joke sometimes has too much realism. You know, how many federal judges does it take to screw in a light bulb? One, they hold it and the universe revolves around them. That stuff's got to stop. We've got to get the law back in the hands of the state where it was originally intended in a federalist republic.
Oh man, that guy is stupid. He's just rambling. He's just a rambling moron. And now with the judges, and you gotta realize ubiquitous and usurping umbrellas, stuff like that. Yeah. What are you saying? You gotta give these guys a plumbing lesson. A plumbing lesson? That's his way. That's the old conservative argument of, hello, you can only have straight marriages because men have penises and women have vaginas. Why don't you understand this? They have a penis and a vagina. It fits. Do you understand that? Can never have gay marriages for that reason alone. Yes. And, I'm not brilliant at anatomy or biology or anything, but gay men have penises and they have mouths. They fit. I mean, you can get the job done. They also have anuses. That fits. But see, it's that simple kind of like, that happy-go-lucky, I'm a kid from the South, and Mommy and Daddy told me that it's the only way that makes sense. Okay, but if somebody doesn't enjoy that, and they enjoy something else, and they're naturally attracted to the same sex, then how about you piss off? I mean, look, man, again, it has to do with tax law, and it has to do with, actually, through the eyes of the law, how are you going to judge gay people who want to be married, who want to stay together? To say that because you're not attracted to the genitals that I approve of, that you're not allowed to have the same, rights under Social Security and inheritance rights, for example, that's a form of discrimination. That violates the 14th Amendment, which guarantees equal protection under the law. But this guy, he doesn't, to him, it's just, it's a religious thing. To him, it's, God made a penis and a vagina and they fit. So that's that. It's settled. But again, if you want to go back to the biblical aspect of this, which he always goes back to, well, in the Bible, it's also wrong to do interracial marriage. So should we go back to banning that? Louie Gohmert might want to. Does that make sense? No, of course it doesn't make sense. And also in the Bible, one man, one woman is not the marriage they do. They do polygamy. That's the main form of marriage in the Bible, polygamy. That's biblical marriage. Should we go to that? I would imagine Louie Gohmert is against that, so he's inconsistent in his religious beliefs. They also marry off girls to their rapists in the Bible. Should we do that? Also, men are supposed to castrate themselves and live lives of celibacy. Should we do that? I have a feeling Louie Gohmert doesn't want to do that either. But the thing that I was hinting at before the clip that I want to share with you guys, I figured it out. I figured out what Louie Gohmert is. He's the male Sarah Palin. It hit me earlier. I'm like, oh my God. He's just talking. He's just saying things, like random things that are put together to kind of vaguely resemble a sentence or a paragraph or a speech. But it doesn't, it's like, random things you just pull out of the air. I'll say this and say that word. That sounds good. It starts with a U.